They thought dragons were long gone, until one returned, searching for the only humans who ever showed him mercy. What he remembered would change their world forever. If you love powerful fantasy stories like this, make sure to subscribe for more epic tales every day. The village of Elderspring had always believed dragons were nothing more than ancient myths, creatures spoken about only in bedtime stories and dusty scrolls. But deep in the mountains, far beyond what the eye could see, an ancient dragon named Kaelthar stirred from a centuries-long slumber. His wings, once bright as blazing gold, now held the dust of forgotten time, yet his heart held one memory that refused to fade, the memory of 2 human children who saved him long ago. As he rose from the shadows of the cavern, the mountains trembled, and the winds carried the echo of his awakening across valleys and forests. Back in Elderspring, Arin and Lira, now grown siblings, lived simple lives, unaware that a creature of legend was flying toward them. They had no memory of their childhood encounter, they only carried faint scars on their palms, shaped like small dragon scales, marks they had never been able to explain. But Kaelthar remembered everything. The day he fell from the sky, injured and alone, hunted by men who sought his heartstone, and the way 2 small children with pure souls risked everything to help him hide. He remembered their laughter, their kindness, the songs they hummed to ease his pain, and how he promised them that if they ever needed him, he would return. Above the village, clouds gathered unnaturally, swirling as Kaelthar descended. The villagers ran for shelter, screaming in terror as the massive shadow darkened the sky. But Arin felt something different, a strange tug, a warmth in his chest, while Lira felt the same pulse as if something inside her was calling back. As Kaelthar landed in the fields outside Elderspring, the earth shook, and dust rose in great spirals. His golden eyes scanned the village until they locked on the siblings. Lira stepped forward before fear could stop her, sensing something familiar in the beast's presence. Kaelthar lowered his head, and a deep, rumbling voice echoed inside their minds, "You remembered me." The words struck them with shock and confusion. Arin stuttered, unable to form words, while Lyra's hand trembled as she reached out toward the great dragon. A sudden flash of memory, 2 children wrapping a young dragon's wing, laughing as he tried to breathe a small flame, returned to her like a dream resurfacing. But before the siblings could understand everything, panic spread through the village. The warning bell rang. Soldiers from the kingdom, having detected Kaelthar's awakening through ancient magical sensors, marched toward Elderspring with arrows enchanted specifically to kill dragons. Their commander, a hardened man named General Morvik, had one goal: to capture the dragon's heartstone, a gem said to hold limitless power capable of fueling sorcery beyond imagination. As Kaelthar shielded the siblings with his wings, arrows launched through the sky. He roared, flames erupting in a dazzling arc, not to harm but to protect. "You saved me once," he rumbled. "Now I fulfill my promise, to protect you as long as breath remains in me." Arin and Lira stood before him, refusing to let the soldiers advance. The scars on their palms began to glow with soft golden light. The dragon gasped as he recognized the mark, the bond of life, a sacred connection formed when humans save a dragon with pure hearts. It meant their lives were bound: hurt one, hurt all; protect one, protect all. The soldiers hesitated as the light expanded into a protective barrier around them. General Morvik, arrogant and blinded by greed, fired a magical spear that cracked the barrier and struck Kaelthar's chest. The dragon staggered, roaring in agony as fire burst from his lungs, scorching the ground but sparing the siblings. Lira ran to him, placing her glowing palm over the wound. The light transferred into the dragon, and Arin followed. The bond of life awakened fully, releasing a blinding surge of ancient energy. A shockwave exploded outward, disarming the soldiers and lifting Morvik off his feet. The ground glowed with symbols older than time itself as Kaelthar rose again, his strength renewed. With a single roar that shook the heavens, he unleashed a column of fire into the sky, forcing the soldiers to surrender as their weapons melted in their hands. When the flames cleared, Kaelthar lowered his massive head to Arin and Lira. "You remembered your hearts," he said. "And I remembered my promise." The villagers emerged slowly, no longer afraid but awed. They witnessed not a monster, but a guardian who protected those he loved. Kaelthar spread his wings wide, casting a golden glow over the entire village. As long as your bloodline lives, he proclaimed, dragons will never forget your kindness. Then, with a mighty leap, he soared into the sky, leaving behind a legend reborn, not of fear, but of loyalty, memory, and a bond stronger than magic or time.